Apparently we've been lying, over-egging it, talking nonsense about how rabies is current, real and present. Except we're not.
The world has simply neglected rabies. In fact, it's the planet's deadliest zoonotic disease, and very sadly, it's closer than you might think. People all over the world die of rabies every single day. In Cambodia alone, around 800 people die of rabies each year, which is why we run our vaccination campaigns with one goal: eliminate rabies.
So we're at the start of our project here in Cambodia. We have 252 vet students, we have over 50 international volunteers, and we have over 700 government staff, all working across 3 provinces within Cambodia to vaccinate as many dogs as possible over the next 2 weeks.
We're going to show you exactly what we're doing to stop this, how you can be safe, and why you are now part of this fight too. Let's begin with how we're covering the area. Teams are sent to each district hub to collect resources and meet the local chief. From there, they split up into their teams of 3. Now we've got 344 of these teams here in Cambodia called NUVAs. They are ninja units of vaccinating also. The 3 members are a driver, a local university student and an international volunteer. As a team, they work to vaccinate, mark and log the dog into the app, which helps us collect the data and ensure we don't miss any dogs. The aim, as always, is to get 70% of the dogs vaccinated to establish and maintain a sufficient herd immunity against rabies, breaking the cycle of transmission and eliminating the disease.
Yeah, so it's the first day of the Mission Rabies project and everybody is getting their supplies. We passed out their phones already to data track. Yeah, everybody's packing up and heading out into the field.
Apart from the physicality of walking street by street, carrying heavy nets and all the equipment, we face a series of challenges.
I think working in any country always brings its challenges. The heat and roads are always a challenge sometimes with some of the flooding.
I mean, I'm a little nervous, but I think that's normal.
I'm more nervous about the communication, which I think will be fine.
I'm just excited for the opportunity to immerse myself in the culture in a way that we wouldn't get to do otherwise if you're just traveling.
Yeah, definitely seeing more of the country than we would if we were just sitting in the city.
On all these missions, local support is vital. Our teams get guidance and help from local village chiefs, and we often get a helping hand from the community itself. This is thanks to having local volunteers on the teams. They bridge the language barrier. They explain to everyone exactly what we're doing, why we're doing it, and why we need the help to get all these dogs vaccinated.
We're having a little bit of issues convincing owners. Out of 10 dogs we saw today, we just vaccinated 5 more or less, so half of them, 50% rate.
Initially, when we first turn up, many locals might feel a bit uncomfortable about seeing us walking down the streets trying to grab all the dogs and inject them. So we have to get the education out there, and it's vital that the communities know what we're doing saves lives. We hand out leaflets with every single vaccination we give, whether it's successful or not. And it explains what rabies is, how to avoid being bitten by a dog, and what you do if you do get bitten by a dog. Rabies is transmitted from saliva. So a lick to an open wound on your hand, a little nip from a frisky puppy can potentially transmit the disease. And once clinical signs show, rabies is 100% fatal.
So since we started our campaign in 2023, we have seen a reduction in the number of rabies cases through our surveillance program. We've also seen a great increase in interest in rabies amongst the local communities and engagement with our teams across the years.
What's really fun about coming back to Cambodia, this is the 3rd year running this campaign, is we can already see there's been a decrease in the rabies. And that's because at year 1, we really helped set up a brilliant surveillance program, picking up suspect rabid dogs, testing them, reporting them. And we've been running that for 3 years, so we've seen the number of cases in almost everywhere in which we're working decrease. And that's got the government excited because they can see the program's a winner. And that allows us to expand it to neighbouring districts and so on and so forth. And then the holy grail is we get the whole country covered.
And it's not just door by door or street by street. We also have to go temple by temple. We need to ensure coverage in every single corner of the city. and temples are often a hotspot for dogs, since so many live there and they're taken care of by the monks.
Okay, we'll try and see if we can access these dogs over here, but it's better if we can get the monks to help us. That's going to be much easier. The dogs don't know us, so it's going to be difficult without help for us to catch them, but we'll try. Okay, let's go. So we've been told that there's 20 puppies up here. We're in a temple complex during the Cambodia campaign. We're going to go and see if we can find the owner, if we can get permission, and hopefully vaccinate lots of puppies against rabies.
Puppies can be big spreaders of this terrible disease because they're so cute, easy to hold, and people often bend down to pick up a little puppy or approach it if it's not looking very well. And that can often lead to a bite or a scratch or a lick. And if the puppy carries the virus, it can be transmitted to the people.
So this is quite sad actually, guys. She's a beautiful, sweet little dog. But if you have a look here at her mammary gland, you can see she's got a horribly infected wound. And if this is left, that will basically get rotten. That will get infected. It's already infected actually. It's sore and hot. She's been so good letting me touch it. So we've also got on these campaigns the task force team, and they're basically a crew of our more experienced vets and nurses, and they work alongside the vaccination campaigns. And these are the guys that come out and pick up any dogs that we find that are injured that need veterinary help. Because one of the big things when you do the massive campaign is you come across dogs like this beautiful girl here that need some help. And that's why we've got the task force team, so they can come out now, we'll report this, and they can treat her and get her healthy and well again.
At the end of the 2-week campaign, the numbers are starting to roll in and they're through the roof. Thanks to the veterinary task force, we've also managed to treat over 1,500 animals, giving them a better quality of life and helping dogs that would otherwise have no access to veterinary care. On one day of the campaign, we even managed to vaccinate just from one district hub alone over 10,000 dogs. That was the Dragon Challenge Day, and you can watch the full video on how we did this by clicking on the link now. This massive number in a single day contributed to the grand total of 221,391 dogs vaccinated in just 2 weeks. And it's thanks to the 750 participants who made this possible, guiding the country of Cambodia towards a rabies-free future. But it doesn't stop there. We need to do more, and we need you as a volunteer to come out and join us. Come and have between 1 and 2 weeks of an incredible experience in a far-flung corner of the world with like-minded people. And you don't need to be a qualified vet or a qualified vet nurse. If you're a student, come along. We'd love to have you on the teams.
We're working with 200 vet students from 2 vet schools in Phnom Penh, and they're quite early years, so first and second years, so a lot of them haven't done injections and vaccinations before, so this is the first time that they can get some really good in-field experience. We have a number of team leaders, both students who did the campaign last year and also people from our international team, and those have like veterinary training, so they've been out in the field with them, training them how to vaccinate, showing them how to use the app, also showing them dog handling skills, which is massively important. So when they go forward in their careers, they'll not only know about rabies, dog handling, they'll be proficient in vaccinations, and that's really important when we eventually hand the project over completely, that all the local vets will be students that have already done the campaign, and they'll be really efficient vaccinators going forward. At the start they were a bit more shy, and then towards the end they were really coming out of their shell, like shouting in the streets, being like, come on guys, we need to vaccinate these dogs. So I think that's just good to see that progression over the week. So yeah, I think the ones that I've talked to have been really happy, really enthusiastic. And then yeah, I guess if they're happy to come back next year, then it will show that they've had a good time.
I think volunteering on one of these projects is the most interesting way to actually get into the communities and see a country. This isn't a tourist trip. You will come back absolutely exhausted, but you will come back full of life experiences, and I think that's worth everything.
Brilliant stuff. It's fantastic to see such a successful campaign in Cambodia. Totally inspiring, and just by you watching this video helps us, it supports us. But if you want to do more, then please consider donating. Just £3 or $4 will vaccinate a dog and rabies educate 2 children. But even better than that, why don't you come on a campaign? Volunteer, come out with us. Join the fight and let's make rabies history.